Shane Douglas recently gets his arm out of a sling after Sid Vicious managed to injure both him and Johnny Ace in the same match. Sid was said, in fact, do I even need to say what happened?
No, I mean, you can. I remember
Oh,
what
okay.
happened. Yeah.
It was apparently Sid was said to have punched Johnny hard in the face and dropped Shane wrong on a slam. Take us back to that's
Well,
what happened.
yeah, it wasn't a slam. We were in Troy, New York, which was a huge heel town, right? And as we'll talk about in Halloween Havoc, dynamic dudes were just a little bit less than well liked. We went out on the pay-per-view. Corny was out there with us, and they would typically, regardless of who we were working with, would typically want me to stay in the ring the most. And it was getting tiresome. I was in there, so we decided to get the heat on me, and the crowd starts chanting, "Sid, Sid, Sid." And I remember this was like glaze going over his eyes, like mesmerized by it. And he grabbed me and he throws me out to the floor. But as he throws me out to the floor, as I hit and I go to sit up, like his feet are already on the floor. Now at this time, they didn't allow us, we were allowed ringside, but they fretted on that. They wanted the action in the ring. And now we're both out there and he reaches down and grabs me, but hard, like yanks my hair and tells me, "I'm throwing you out." Well, we're already on the floor. And I said, "We are out." And he starts throwing me towards the railing. I'm going, no, 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 because we were forbidden to go over that rail. And he was so big and strong as he's throwing me, like in one swoop, like picks me up over his head and throws me straight up in the air. Well, the railing is right below me, and I'm kicking, trying to clear myself either one side or the other. And last second, I pulled my arms in like to brace myself, and my body was sort of turned cockeyed, and I landed right on my elbow on the railing. And he grabs me again. I mean, I just no sooner take this fall, and he grabs me again. Cornette came around and hit him with the racket, and I kicked him like in the leg or something. And I knew my arm was hurt. I didn't know it was broken yet, but I knew it was hurt. And I told Cornette, "I think my arm's broke." And of course, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" And he starts yelling stuff at the ref and everything. We finished that match, and then the next night, I know my arm's broken. I'm going to X-ray that night, so I'm out. And instead of putting Danny Spivey out there with Johnny, could have had a halfway decent match. They put Sid out there with Johnny Ace. Well, there's a phrase in wrestling: the curtain sell out, right? Everybody, there's some place on the curtain watching, and he throws it, saying, "Sid, Sid," the glaze. He throws Johnny in, hits him with a clothesline, but literally hits him like right here. And you see the big puff of red, and Johnny goes down. Either his teeth are knocked out or his nose is broken, something. So they bring Johnny back and finish the match early, obviously. They come back. We're in Buffalo, New York on this one. And Flair's the booker. He's at the building, right? So he comes over. They put Johnny on this desk. They clear his desk off, and Johnny's like, "Oh, son of a bitch!" He's like, "You're over showing his broken nose." And he goes, "Johnny, calm down. Let me take a look at it." So Johnny starts with it. He pulls his hands away and works with this. It's broken. Johnny, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" And Flair goes, "Johnny, it's just a broken nose." He goes, Johnny, "Oh, sir. But my face is my gimmick." And the whole dressing room just goes, ah! Just starts cracking up. We get Johnny, me, Tom Zink, take him to the hospital. It was dead. It was Saturday night, I believe. It was the weekend and dead. There's nobody in there. The dog had like rock and roll real loud in the room. He comes in. He's okay, yeah. And he tells me and Zink, he's turned around doing something. He goes, looks at us. Like hold him down, like quietly, right?
Oh,
so he comes over to John, and so we start holding him down. He turns around, he gets this long ass needle, and I don't like needles. So I'm going like, he takes it, he shoves it up Johnny's nose, and Johnny starts like pushing and flailing and screaming, and it didn't look like fun, but he numbed it up after that and was able to set it and everything. But 2 days, dynamic dudes wiped out. One of the things I had never worn a cast like I'm supposed to. I can't. I get claustrophobic. But they were talking in this Halloween Havoc, we're talking about the brace that was on my arm. I hadn't realized in watching it that was post injury. But yeah, so yeah, it took 2 days. The Twin Towers decimated the Dynamic Dudes. Must have been the light of the Buffalo crowd and the Troy crowd. It was.
Man, what was it with Sid? Was he just mesmerized by being popular for the first time in his life? So he just got energized like Popeye and spinach and just had to do something.
Yes, very much. And big, powerful guy like him, big, strong guy like him, could and was dangerous in the ring. But he always, even like back in Continental before that, he's just damn near a 7-foot guy, huge, powerful. And they had him doing the humongous gimmick there. Well, he wanted to do like hip ups and head scissors, and I'm like, dude, like no, like leave that stuff for me. You're the big cousin, right? Cousin Hugo. And there's and if I've told the story, you can stop me. Where he wanted Sika, who was in Continental with Sika and Alan Jackson. The gimmick for Alan Jackson was that he had inherited this money and bought Sika's contract. Dressing rooms are kayfabe at this time, right? So he keeps telling me, I went to this spot where I, do a flying head scissors on Sika. So I said, please don't call that spot with Sika. Like just listen to Sika, right? Easy. So he gets Sika back. Now he had the hockey mask on. So he got Sika back in the corner, and I can see the mask going up and down. He's calling something a million miles an hour. I'm going, oh shit, he's gonna do it. So he goes over and he leaves Sika in the corner. And he walks over to Alan Jackson, Jackson had skindle arms like this, right? So he climbs up on the top rope and he drops off and he gives this really weak little punch. And Sid goes, and the whole building went quiet. They thought he had a heart attack or something. Here, he had called to Sika. Sika was supposed to come up behind him and get down like a schoolboy. Like Sika's going to do that, right? The wild Samoan. And Sika did. As I remembered, Sika started walking over toward him, and he U'd off and went over to the neutral corner and crossed his legs and ended in the corner watching. And we get back to the dressing room, and Sid was madder than hell. And I said, "Would you learn anything, Sid?" I told you, just listen to Sika. And but he was always wanted to do more stuff like that. And you would try till you were blue in the face to explain it. What kind of a character he is and what that means. And he just never, I think, and he was an incredible athlete for as big as he was. But especially at that time, again, we're looking through the current lens, right? If we put ourselves back in '89, big guys didn't do that, and it wasn't, and you couldn't do it like if you were done a match with a big guy or whatever. But just to typically throw it in, show you can do it. I think a lot of fans would go like, the hell Sid doing head scissors for? It just would have looked awkward and weird and ill-timed.